about the Maori tribe. Garrett wore the Maori tribe robe.
Yes.
So we went to a...
We got inducted into the Maori...
No initiation rituals there.
New Zealand Maori tribe, and we went through Des.
I was doing an article on the Maori
He was doing a lot of writing and such, and
Garrett was forced to participate, which was pretty funny because...
Yeah, I went through the ceremony.
We went through the ceremonies. We had to go to a dangai, which is a Maori burial, and we didn't know that at the time, so that was interesting. And then we got inducted into the Maori tribe. I think we're the first white people that got ever inducted into the Maori tribe.
And next was Asia, Australia.
Australia. Visited some friends, did the Gold Coast. Des went to I went also a wildlife park, not like a zoo that you go and
everything is caged.
It's caged. You're right there with the animals.
They're walking around in a...
So they can bite you if they want.
Yeah, well, actually, not an emu, but what are those other big birds?
Ostrich?
Ostrich fell in love with me.
Oh, yes?
Fell in love with me. It was
Yeah, and that thing, wasn't it chasing me because...
You were trying to protect me.
Yeah,
I was very jealous of Garrett.
They're fast.
It was pretty classic.
They're extremely fast.
Mm-hmm.
And I held, for the first time in my life, a snake, a python, which was interesting.
I don't think I could do that.
And then I got attacked by a wombat.
Yeah.
And
a wombat
attacked me.
Then off to Indonesia, to Bali. Well, actually, via Singapore. We did the meat markets in Singapore. And then to Indonesia, to Bali. I had been twice in the past. And so we got to surf, and I got to surf.
Amazing.
And she got all the culture. Elephants and
we stayed in the presidential suite. We actually kicked the president out of...
Oh, nice.
No, not even.
Nice. Well, there was the president. Well, he had to stay in the opposite suite. Yes. Yeah.
Class and distinction.
Yeah, all right. So,
all right.
And we rode the elephants.
Where'd you go next? India?
Rode the elephants. No. Then, after Indonesia, went up into Europe.
To Germany.
Well, coming from Bali, right into Frankfurt. Well, we flew into Frankfurt. That wasn't a destination. But from some of the friendliest people ever to more stark and a little bit set back, reserved. It was a little bit of a loop, but we went from there right to Budapest.
Budapest,
Budapest, and then she brought me,
Budapest, yes.
Budapest, just beautiful architecture. I mean, it's amazing what they did along the river. And
great everything.
The castles and everything else,
and then to
Austria.
Then to Europe. Back.
Did we go to Scotland or to Austria?
Well, we went to Scotland. We went via London, then we drove all the way up through the
Highland.
Great.
Yeah, we did. I took him to
the Firth of Forth.
Yeah, we went to
Liverpool.
You were born in Scotland, or
no? I was born in the States.
High school in the States.
I went to. My father is from Johnston, Scotland. So we did some touring of Scotland. We went to Edinburgh and hung out there on my birthday.
Oh yeah, met some characters there.
And then we went to Liverpool, which is amazing. And then.
Now, did you do the whole Greece in a skimpy bathing thing?
At the very end was Greece. Well, it wasn't the end because it was back to Argentina was part of the trip, so we wouldn't have to buy a separate ticket to come back here to Argentina. So.
But we went to Austria where you went when you were like 16 years old.
Yeah.
And it was like the hills were alive. You just wanted to sing. It was amazing. And then we went to Greece, which was really, really incredible. And we stayed in a phenomenal suite, which had our own private elevator and our own
got
pool.
lucky. And the only reason was because she was writing. She was writing about the places, so we got taken care of.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in the suit thing. Are you like a hang tang type guy, or one of these European hammocks? What is this?
As far as the beach goes,
no, it's your bathing suit.
They're not huggers.
No.
You're a surfer.
Yeah, well. I do a lot of sports, but
what
surfing.
kind of shorts do you wear? The banana hammock or the
surf trunks?
All right,
trunks.
Here's a good word.
They go down to here.
Okay, now you've done the whole world thing. You're back. You're still going to Puerto Rico and Argentina, etc., etc. What possessed you to get into the monster truck, environmental adventure travel segment? What inspired this?
I have always wanted a fully capable vehicle to go anywhere and everywhere and be able to park it wherever I want, whether it's on the beach or high altitude in an alpine meadow for skiing or whatever, with everything on board.
So this is not James Bond. This is, when I get there, I have it.
Exactly. And no matter what the weather is or where we are, I will have something to do so I don't go nuts.
Aha.
Yeah,
Type
exactly.
A personality. Okay.
Well, and so, I mean, I had, right before we met, I had started that with kind of a Expedition F350 crew cab, turbo diesel camper, the whole thing, but we had actually sold that to do part of the down payment for our property. So I haven't had this for a while. So now...
So you're fulfilling a dream.
Exactly. And
now,
expedition vehicles are kind of go anywhere type of vehicles, ford through 4 or 5 feet of water, go through, very rough terrain, but they're built for it. It's not something that's going to get, torn apart in a couple of years like a regular RV.
This is not an aluminum motorhome.
No. This is
This is an Army Ranger motorhome.
A lot of aircraft, like yacht building, very high quality cabinets and cabinetry and all the best, like desalinization, all these.
Yeah, but now we're just going into my department.
Right.
Oh.
Hers is the environmental side.
Okay.
She wants to make it as self-sustainable as possible, and I do too. But I'm not as possessed. Well, I'm not possessed with it, but somewhat. And so
Mrs. Greenpeace meets Rambo.
No. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Well,
it's that it is really truly been Garrett's dream, and I'm all for people having dreams. I think it's amazing. However, I'm not a big fan of large
gas guzzling, polluting
giant sort of thing.
Hog the highway motorhomes?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. So Garrett has been basically trying to convince me for the last, 6-7 years about this particular vehicle. And I have to be perfectly honest, I've been saying there is no way this is going to happen.
What makes it sustainable?
Well, the thing is that me.
Okay, that's a good answer.
I had a weak moment, and I was in Africa, living in a very poor area, and I was basically sleeping on a dirt floor and eating nothing. Right. And I had a weak moment, and I said, there's got to be more to life, and I'm sure that there's a way to be able to do Garrett's dream with this vehicle, as long as we can sort of keep it environmentally friendly. He sent me an email while I was in Africa and said, what do you think of this truck? And I said, wow, it's really big. How can we make this environmentally sustainable, vehicle? And he said, do what you need to do. And I thought, well, there's my perfect opportunity.
So do you recycle
basically,
water? What's the deal?
Pretty much everything.
Solar panels?
Everything.
A lot of solar power.
Pretty much everything.
Wind power. Pelton wheel for if you're alongside the river, you can put a Pelton wheel in for energy. But yeah, the desalinization. You get water, you can recycle
That's
your own
really
water.
Important.
If we were to go, if Garrett, and he loves to surf, so we were.
You put a hose right in the water
right
at
into
the
the
beach,
ocean.
Boom, and you can.
And it goes into a system, which is a very well-developed system.
And then you take the salt right out of desalinization and you put it on your steak. So you get the salt, you get the Argentine
as long as
beef.
the beef is from Argentina. That's
right,
good.
right.
Now, does this have? It has living quarters, a kitchen. What else would this vehicle have?
Well, to begin with, it's an 8x8 HEMTT, which is a military vehicle. It's a heavy expanded mobility tactical truck. Okay, this was made for resupplying troops out in the middle of nowhere. It can carry rockets, carry fuel, carry cargo. Right. Basically, what we're doing is we're taking this and we're converting it through Global Expedition Vehicles, they're going to be doing the conversion. And this truck goes, it's very capable. I mean, the tires are 56 inch.
How many wheels does it have?
It's 8 wheels.
Oh,
it's
yes.
an 8x8. It's 8-wheel drive, so all 8 wheels will turn. You can
Wow.
go 8-wheel
So
positive.
you're not going to get stuck in the sand.
No, it's 56-inch tires.
We're not gonna be in
It
the
goes
sand.
through.
Okay, so is it 56-inch tires? Des, how are you going to get in this thing?
There's a
They're
ladder.
They're going
There's
to lower
ladder.
down a rope ladder?
There's a
Yeah.
ladder. Thank God I'm a climber.
I mean, yeah, the tire.
Okay,
She'll stand
okay.
next to the tire, and it's gonna be right up to her head.
I see.
So,
Amazing.
so the conversion is done. It's going to be done with. From the cab, you'll be able to come. The motor is actually behind the cab, and
Which is
the sleeping quarters
Which is
will
what?
be
The motor? The motor
well,
is?
we're converting for biodiesel, so we're going to be running full biodiesel
Right.
whenever possible, and we can carry
Always.
a lot. Oh yeah, well,
Yeah.
we can carry a lot of fuel because it's
So
Bio-
you're going to smell like French fries.
Whatever it takes.
That's all right.
Whatever it takes.
Even if I have to
Non-polluting.
go
I
to
like
McDonald's, well, we're going to go to McDonald's a lot because he loves fast food, so
Do you,
we'll just go
do you
in.
know that
Yes.
they make women's perfume out of used
do.
restaurant oil?
I do. Yeah.
So, hey.
We
they
can run a
Is that for guys? For guys that we're attracted to them, or what?
Might
Yes,
be,
because it's
might be.
free
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's it.
So,
I have
They
some-
got us at the get-go.
right. So, anyways, the motor is behind the cab. The sleeping quarters will be actually above the motor, and then there's a flex point beyond that that comes into the main living quarters, where the kitchen, the bathroom, the living
Which
area
is all completely recycled materials.
And then on the far end of that, the back of the truck, the door opens, and that's the garage. And the garage is going to have a
A garage on wheels.
yes.
This is where the
it's-
toys come in.
exactly. So this is
It's environmental
this is a very important,
friendly
very
toys.
important part of it. Yes. So we're going to have a smaller. It's still in the works, but a smaller 8x8 that converts into a snowcat that also runs biodiesel just came out this year.
Low impact. on the
Electric
environment.
motocross bike, either the Zero X or the KTM, fully electric motocross bikes.
By the way, the electricity
And we
to
can-
power that
from the
bike
solar.
is coming from the solar and also from the wind turbine that we have up top.
So if we're in the middle of nowhere, we run out of fuel, I just jump
Power
on
up.
I jump on the electric racer and go, try to get fuel. So
At the local
wherever. So
fry house.
then we'll have all of our skis in there, snowboards, kiteboards,
Which are made out of bamboo,
all
by
that
the
sort
way.
of stuff.
That's a-
electric motor for the boat.
What an
All
adventure.
this stuff, so we can do the rivers, we can do the lakes, we can ski. We can
right.
do all this stuff no matter where we go.
All right.
It'll have-
My last question is the following. How do you plan upon telling your fabulous story? Now, are you going to blog this, or are you going to make some sort of
Can I please tell
a
it?
book,
Yes,
or
go
are you
ahead.
going to?
Go ahead.
What's the vehicle?
Well, basically, the goal with the vehicle, because it's not a cheap vehicle by any means,
Uh-huh.
and especially to operate it and to get my message out there and Garrett's adventure aspects of it. So we have agreed to have it on television. So we are in the works of a production for